From megatrends to future-ready platforms, what is the rule to succeed in an age of disruptive technologies, very customer-centric business models, and an exponential growing speed of change? I'm very happy and also very proud that she's here with us today. She was head of the research and development for the Big Data and Cybersecurity division before she took on the role as a CTO at Atos. I'm delighted to welcome you on stage, Sophie Brust.
I'll take this. Thank you very much. I like the guitar. Thank you. So hello, everyone. You know, as I arrived yesterday from France to Vienna, I was really anxious because I realized I have forgotten my running shoes. And for me, it's very important in the morning to go jogging. But then I relaxed because I am a beta tester for the Neuralink technology from Elon Musk. I don't know if you can see here my N1 sensor. It directly goes into reading my neural spikes. So I've been able to communicate with my home PC, and this morning a drone shifted my running shoes. I've been able to jog, and I'm here fit for my keynote this morning. So I'm good. So do you think this is the future? But do you realize that 12 years ago, we didn't have smartphones? And actually, business has started to be completely transformed. If we look at the first hospitality provider, he hasn't got any real estate. We're talking about Airbnb. If we look at the world's largest taxi company, Uber doesn't own any cars. And if we look at the world's largest media company, Facebook, it doesn't own any content. So we really see that, and two companies I have cited didn't exist 10 years ago. So this is just the beginning, and I want to ask you if you are ready for the next wave. Well, actually, you know, IT went quite a long way since the beginning. During the 60s, we have increased productivity thanks to mainframe automation through ERP. In the 80s, it was about the employees' productivity that increased with personal computers and internet. In the year 2000s, we had started to have seamless digital connectivity with cloud and mobile. And now IT is really going the last miles. It invades things. And with the computing power and the algorithm, we now have intelligent things. Actually, IoT and AI, we have been talking about AI during the last panel, is really bringing something new to our environment. We are, thanks to those technologies, able to sense, to measure, to analyze, and to act upon the environment. And this is what data will bring to our business. If we look at the leading companies in all those phases, we had GE for the manufacturing in the 60s. The leaders then on the 80s was Amazon, bringing e-commerce. Then Uber came with the gig economy. So I'm asking you, who are going to be the new leaders in this new data-driven world? And you know, the new age really means new rules for business challenges and successes. So with IoT and AI, we are really moving from a classical industry era where it was centered around production and product to a more digital area where the center is really the customer and the moving ecosystem of those customers. So what you have to understand is that really there's a big shift coming along. We are moving from a make and sell mode to a sense and respond, today, we don't want to productize millions of products to whom we don't know really to whom we are going to sell. We really need this feedback loop. If I take some example to explain more, think about the automated refurbishing. You know, now when you're buying a printer, you know that you will be able to have new ink coming up before you get shortage of it. In a very near future, when in your fridge you will be lacking of some beer or some milk, say you have 2 bottles still in the fridge, you will be able to have automatically sent to your home some new beer, some new milk. Same for your connected toothbrush. When the brush is going to be worn, it will enable us to send a new brush for you. So you see that it's about sense and response, this feedback loop. We are also moving from a mass market to a mass personalization. You have heard of personalized insurance, healthcare. We have many examples in this domain. And we are also very much moving from an ownership, it's very much linked to the product, to an as-a-service mode of business. It's very much centered around what is the customer needing, and so that we can provide it to him. And McKinsey is saying that by 2025, actually IoT will become the foundation of the new digital economy and of the next generation business ecosystem, with $11 trillion impact. So this is really huge. This is really going to transform everything. And we start to see it in smart health, smart transport, smart homes, smart cities. We'll have a panel just after this talk. So what are the rules of success? Well, you know, what we envision at Atos is that we have mainly 3 main trends. And those 3 main trends are backed with the upcoming technologies. The first main trend is that digital meets physical. What does it mean? It means that with all the connected objects that we are having, we are able to have a digital image of our physical world. And this is very powerful because we're going to be able to simulate things. We're going to be able to act upon the physical world after the analysis we are going to make on the digital world. And this is enabled because we have computing power. We're going to talk about the edge, the swarm. This is very important because we are moving to a very much centric computing approach where all the data was processed in data centers or even in the cloud. Today, 80% of the data is computed and stored here. And we think, and the Gartner also states that by 2025, this will shift to the edge. And we will be able to treat at the edge 80% of the data. So this will enable really real-time new use cases. Like digital twins, for example. In manufacturing, we see that. The second mega trend is on AI and augmented humans. I don't know if you have seen, you can go and see on YouTube, there's very interesting videos on, for example, from Boston Dynamics. You see robots, you know, climbing on different stairs. There's also cooking robots that are coming and that will help us. And all this will be enabled also through new computing powers. I'm talking here about neurotechnology. Quantum computing is going to come and is going to enable us to address complex problems we are unable to address today with classical computing. The third mega trend is about business and society. And this is, you know, we are really moving into a platform economy. We are moving to a circular economy where sustainability is at the heart of it. And we are moving also to a gig economy. We've talked about Uber, but look also at what Amazon is doing with his Mechanical Turk. It's about click workers. So the question I want to ask you today is how intelligent is your business platforms? Do they know how to analyze customer-centric needs in real time? Are you able, through your infrastructure, to get all this data and treated, analyzed in real time? And are you able to orchestrate all this in an intelligent and data-driven way? So the conference is called Darwin, so I couldn't escape from speaking about this evolution. You know, it's very interesting to see that humans are the first animal species to have a cultural evolution, to have had a cultural evolution through language and writing. And if we compare the biological evolution, human evolution, which has been really, really slow. You know, it took 5 to 6 million years to go from the Australopithec to the Homo sapiens. But it only took us 10,000 years from the caveman to the moon. And with digital, we are entering the third evolution. We really think that AI, a new algorithm, is going to transform everything. And the very interesting thing is that AI is enabled to learn by itself now. If I take the example of the Go players, you know, 5 years ago, AI was not able to win over a Go player, but 2 years ago, Google, with his DeepMind AlphaGo, has been able to win over the most powerful Go player. And this, very interestingly, through an algorithm that has been trained by itself. This algorithm learned by itself. So I like the positive end that we gave to the previous panel, because I'm exactly on the same line. I think that with AI, we're going to talk about co-evolution. It will help us improve our society, improve ourselves too, help us in many domains. If I take the example of omics, you know, omics technology powered by digital is really improving the precision medicine. So we are going to be entering in what I would like to call the Darwin 2.0. So what are the secrets of the success? Well, I will name 3 of them. We need to be creative. At Atos, we are publishing some papers on how we see the future. We need to be collaborative. It has been said in the previous panel too. It's really a matter of an ecosystem. You know, we need to work all together, partners, startups, with an innovative mindset. And the last thing is test, learn, and grow fast. You know, the notion of failing fast, often to succeed, is certainly very much true. And also, the Darwin recipe is still true. It's not the strongest species that are going to survive. It's not the most intelligent neither. It's the one that are able to adapt. The one that are more agile. And regarding the business, I think we need to apply what we call the Red Queen effect. So what is this? This is named after Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass novel. And what it says is that it takes all the running you can go to stay in the same place. What do we mean by that? I mean, we are in an evolving environment, and if you don't move, you don't survive. If you want to succeed, you need to run, and if you want to be more prosperous, you really need to run faster. And some may think that this is really demanding. I really think this is really exciting. So thank you very much to all. That's it. I don't think I have.
Thank you so much, Sophie.
Thank you.
Please stay on stage
Yes, I
with
will.
me.